So these are all of my ball puzzles. My oldest one, in fact it's the oldest puzzle in the whole of my collection, not just ball puzzles. This is Kroner Brothers Heartache, which I think is a really nice looking puzzle, and it was made in 1971, so I think that would make it 51 years old or 52 years old. We have some Hungarian rings here, and some of these puzzles I have the packaging for, so I thought it would look nice in the video to have them in their packaging. So I think this was probably quite a common puzzle back in the day. I think there's still loads of sealed ones of these on eBay even now. There were the last time I looked anyway. So I think pretty much anyone, well the majority of people who have a vintage puzzle collection will have at least one of these in their collection. And it was made in 1982. So I can almost solve this. I can solve it as far as just having two balls that need to be swapped and that's it, but I'm unable to do that. So maybe I'll look up a tutorial sometime on YouTube. Here we have another version of the Hungarian rings, and this is a very rare version. This is the Olympic Hungarian rings. And yeah, probably about 6 years ago I think it was, I restored this because it was really yellow and the balls were all faded. So I basically used hydrogen peroxide to make this white again, and I used car wax on the balls to bring the colour black and make them look glossy again. But this has kind of gone a bit yellow over the last 6 years or however long it's been since I restored them. We've got another fairly common type of ball puzzle, and this is the Varicon 7. There's lots of different versions of this, you know, like tower ball puzzles, where you can turn it like this, you can turn different sections like that, and you can move the balls around as well. So you can do stuff like that and mix it up. You know, so you've got different versions, like some may not have as many balls as this. This one's got 7 in each column, and you've got ones which have tiles instead of balls. The most famous one I think is the Whippet, which is from the 80s, and it's just like this, except instead of balls it's tiles, and I think each column consists of 3 tiles, whereas with this one each column consists of 7 balls. And this one is from 1982. We've got another version of the Varicon 7, and this is the Tower of Babel. So let's take it out of its packaging. So this is not that old actually. I bought this maybe about 10 years ago or something, and when I bought it, it was brand new. I think it had been made recently back then, and instead of having 7 balls in each row like this one just has 6 in each row. But I do really like the way it looks, like how the balls are faded, so you go from a dark colour to a lighter colour, so that does make the puzzle more difficult to solve than how it would be if all of the balls were the same shades. Where's the base for it? Oh, there it is. Here we've got a puzzle which is kind of a bit similar to these two, but there's more to it. This is a 10 billion barrel knockoff from 1985. So it is a bit different from these two in that you've got this part that you can do that with, and you can turn these bits as well, just like how you've got with these ones. So yeah, at the moment I'm showing you all of the vintage ones. Well, except for this one. This is a more modern one, but there's more modern ones here as well. Here we have an Orbit. Again, I think this was probably quite a common puzzle back in the day. This is from 1982 as well. Quite a few of these vintage puzzles are from 1982. So again, I think most collectors with vintage puzzles will have one of these in their collection. So the balls move quite freely when it's in this configuration, but when you put it into a different configuration, there's quite a few different ones. So you've got this, so there's this one, then you've got this one, like that. And there's another. And yeah, with some of them, when you've got it in this configuration where it's basically one continuous line all the way around the puzzle, with some of them you can just move the whole line by just pushing one of the beads, which I kind of did just then, but with this particular one it always gets stuck. And I can't solve this, I find it really difficult. I can't really get that far on it at all when trying to solve it. And I think some of these, they have yellow beads or balls in them. Here we have some telephone checks. So basically, with these puzzles you've got some balls in this section, you've got balls in this section, and you've got some balls in the middle as well, which you can see there and there. So you can actually make these balls fall in. Can't remember how to do it exactly because it's been a long time since I messed about with this. Oh, I've just done it there, so there's a ball there but it's now fell in. So they're not too difficult to solve really, but I do really like the way they look. And there's so many different colour variations. Here we have a much more modern ball puzzle. This is called Bananacus. I think this came out just a couple of years ago, and so you can obviously move the balls around like that. And it has lots of different configurations, so you can have it that way, or you can have it that way. And you can turn these bits as well. You can turn it like that, and then turn it again. Okay, it appears to be stuck at the moment, and you can turn this end as well. And this end is stuck as well. It's never got stuck like this before, I'm not sure what's going on with it. Okay, now I've changed the configuration so it's like a U shape. These bits are turning easily again, these end bits. Here we have a Symmetric Classic. This isn't as old as the other puzzles that I've shown you. This is from 2004, so is that vintage or not? I guess it's pretty subjective. I guess maybe I would consider things from 2004 as being vintage. After 2004 things just kind of seem, don't get me wrong, things still seem very old and outdated, but they don't seem quite old enough to be vintage, at least to me anyway. But this is a very interesting puzzle in that all of these balls, they have like indentations in them, and between them, underneath these bumps, are gears. So when you turn a ball, the teeth on the gears, they go into these indentations, and it will make all of the balls in the same row move, as you can see there. And you can do it like that as well. You do have to get things lined up for it to work. We have Diamond Bob's Billiards 8-ball puzzle. This is quite interesting because it's a puzzle and I guess you could call it a dexterity game as well. So the objective of this, you've got to get the numbers in the right order, and to do that you need to tilt it to move the balls around and stuff, like a dexterity game. And yeah, I really like the packaging on this one, and this is from 1998. You have another Diamond Bob's puzzle. Can't remember the name of this one, but yeah, this is, it's not really quite a ball puzzle because you don't really have balls in this puzzle, although these are meant to represent billiard balls, but they're not actually spherical. You know, they're kind of a bit of a dome shape, but they're kind of almost like tiles, but I think I would say this is more closer to a sliding ball puzzle than a sliding tile puzzle. And again, I think with this one you just need to get the numbers in the right order. Here we have a couple of take apart and put together puzzles. So basically, all of these puzzles on this table consist of ball sliding puzzles. So move the balls around. Puzzles that are shaped as balls, like this 2x2 twisted puzzle. And we have got a couple of take apart and put together spherical puzzles. I think that's all of the different kind of puzzles that we've got here, really. Oh, we've got this one. I'm not really sure what category you class this one as. Can't remember what it's called, but you know, it's almost spherical. It's very close to being spherical, so I think you could class it as a ball puzzle. In fact, I think in the title of the name of this, ball is written in there somewhere. But it's quite interesting that to turn parts of it, you have to grab a hold of one of these metal things, pull it up like that, and then you can turn it. So where was I? Yeah, so we've got a couple of spherical take apart and put together puzzles here. We've got a naval mine there, which I think looks really nice, made out of wood. And we've got this one as well, keychain one. And again, like the naval mine, you can take it apart. It's a puzzle to take it apart, and it's a puzzle to put back together again. We have this Saturn puzzler, which I'm really happy to have in my collection, because I think it's just such a cool looking puzzle, and it is so rare as well. On and off for several years I was looking for one of these, but I was never able to find one until I found this one. And it's boxed as well, which is a great bonus, so I'm very lucky for not only finding one of these, but for also finding one of these which is boxed. I'm not sure what year this was from. Oh, 1990 it says there, so a vintage puzzle. So there it is. So it kind of looks like the planet Saturn. You've got the planet itself there with the rings, and yeah, so you've got these tiles that you can turn. Not sure why just this tile is yellowed more than the other ones, but you turn the tiles like this, and then you can mix them up by turning part of the ball itself like that. So very cool puzzle. We have another very similar puzzle over here, which is called a brain ball, and you can see it's got an advertisement for Bosch spark plugs there. Very similar to the Saturn puzzler. Again, you've got a ball, you've got rings, which are like tiles, but you don't turn it in the middle, you turn it there and there, like this. This was really stiff when I first got it, but I have improved since then. I have greatly improved the turning. I can't remember what I did to improve the turning. Maybe I broke it in, maybe I used some lube, can't really remember. And we've got twister puzzles, which are spherical shape, and twister puzzles which can consist of spheres or balls, like these 3x3s. So instead of cubies, we've actually got balls. This is a YJ one. We've got a couple of Danshin ones there as well. We've got 2x2s, like this Shengzhou football. We've got another one, which I think is something to do with the German World Cup 2006. There was a set of these, like a set of like 6, each one was different. We have another Shengzhou football there. We have this beautiful looking Rubik's World 2x2. Smiggle Scrambled Head, I think it's called. I don't think they're selling these anymore, so I think these are pretty much impossible to get a hold of now. 2x2. 5x5 ball. Moses Cube beach ball, really awesome. Twisty puzzle and extremely rare. Can't remember where I got this from, I think maybe I got it from Eden. Here we have a Hungarian globe, so another vintage puzzle. It's not a twisted puzzle, and again I think majority of people who have a collection of vintage puzzles are going to have at least one of these, and so it's just consists of these tiles that you can turn like that way, and it's made out of metal. Here we have a very interesting one called the KO Labyrinth. So I think you've got two balls in this. You can see there's a ball there. You've got these holes which it can go through some of them, and you've got like these little transporters, these little plastic domes in there, and you can change like the maze inside by moving things around like this. So it basically doubles as a 3x3 as well. So very interesting puzzle, and you can also get these in white plastic. Here we have a very interesting one in that it's made by MFA. I think this might be the only MFA non-twisted puzzle that they've made, and yeah, you've got this like little thing at the bottom there that you can turn, and I think it just kind of, when you turn it, it locks the balls into place so it can't get mixed up after you've solved it. Here we have a knockoff, which it's a knockoff of a puzzle which I think is called Spin Out. This one is called Magical Dish, and you can basically turn it like that, and you can see we've got a white ball on the other side. Well, it was there, but I've pushed it through into this side. So that's basically how you mix it up and stuff. Very cool puzzle. Looks really nice in yellow. Well, this one is really impressive because there's quite a lot to it. This is the Gerdig UFO. So wherever this red dot is, like whichever sphere the red dot is next to, it will flip that sphere if you push this in like that, and then you can push the back to flip this to flip the sphere back. Can't even talk properly. And if I want to flip this one, this green one, just turn the red bit over to there, and now I can flip it like that. And also the puzzle moves this way as well. So very interesting ball puzzle. Another ball puzzle which has quite a lot to it. This is the Super Brain Spinner, so you can move balls like that, and you can do the same on the other side as well, and then you can turn it like this. So now it's in a different configuration, and when you turn just one of these, all of the balls in the puzzle move. Very interesting, unique ball puzzle. And yeah, that's about it. So this is my whole collection of ball puzzles. I've always imagined that I had a lot more than these for some reason, but there's still quite a lot here. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Thanks for watching.